In Syria, a war without declaration, a decades-old plan to reshape the country might be already in action. On one side, there's the Israeli strikes. On the other side, there's the U.S. digging in with the Kurdish forces. New lines may be drawn on the ethnic lines of Syria. Now, who's taking that role? Who's behind that plan? And what grounds are to be taken? We tell you more.
Israel bombed Syria last month. Strikes hit Damascus, Homs, and Sweden. Tel Aviv claims it's protecting minorities, but this isn't just about Druze communities. It's about power and breaking Syria apart. Since the fall of Bashar al-Assad in December, Israel has seized over 400 square kilometers of Syrian land and wiped out critical pieces of the country's military infrastructure. All this while its war on Gaza enters month 23. Experts say the strategy fragments Syria into ethnic small regions, a Druze mini-state in the south, an Alawi strip on the coast, a Kurdish zone in the northeast, and a Sunni corridor backed by Turkey, an old plan which now seems in motion. This blueprint goes back to 1982, an Israeli policy paper known as the WION Plan, also known as the Greater Israel Plan, which called for the dissolution of Arab states into sectarian enclaves. And it's not just Israel. The US continues strikes in northeast Syria backing Kurdish forces, blocking Iranian influence and maintaining control. But Turkey has different plans. After years of backing opposition forces, Ankara now supports Syria's unity and warns against any attempts to fragment it. Syria isn't just a country at war, it's a country being redesigned by powers who see it as strategic land, perhaps not a sovereign state. And as the strikes continue, the question is no longer who rules Syria, but what will be left of it.
For the bulletin ender, we will take a look at some news that's making the headlines across West Asia.
As famine looms in Gaza, aid agencies now warn the water crisis is just as deadly. With most of the water pipelines destroyed, families trek for hours each day to fetch unsafe water from polluted wells. Daily consumption has dropped to as little as 3 to 5 liters per person, far below the emergency threshold. Aid groups report waterborne diseases, surging as children queue for hours to carry water. A UAE-funded pipeline from Egypt may help, but it's weeks away. UNICEF says dehydration is now a frontline killer in Gaza. UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed has made a second visit to Russia in under a year, meeting with President Vladimir Putin to strengthen strategic ties. The two discussed trade, energy, and regional issues, with bilateral trade surging 68% in 2022 to $9 billion. The visit comes ahead of a Trump-Putin meeting where the two leaders will discuss a possible ceasefire in Ukraine. Putin said that UAE could be good venue for his meeting with Trump. Despite being a key U.S. ally, the UAE remains Russia's top economic partner in the region.